Hello, and welcome to this presentation on using the search function. The search function enables you to search and play back recorded footage directly from the digital video recorder. To get into the search screen, press the search/stop button. You may be presented with a password box. If so, enter in the numeric password using the number buttons on the front of the digital video recorder. Once you have entered the password, use the arrow keys to bring the cursor onto the OK button. If you press on the left and right arrow keys, you'll see the cursor moving around. Once the cursor is over the OK button, press the return key. The following box should then appear on screen. There are 5 search options available. Use the arrow keys to move the cursor up and down to select the search option you require. I'll next go through what each search option gives you. I'll start with the most common option used, which is the date and time search. Move the cursor over this option and press the return key, and the following box will appear on screen. There are now 2 fields on the screen, the date field on the left and the time field on the right. Move the cursor over the date field and press the return key. This makes the field editable. Please be aware that the date format is month, day, year. Now use the up-down arrow keys to change the date values, and use the left-right arrow keys to move between the month, day and year fields. Once you have entered in the required date, press the return key to lock this field. Now move the cursor over to the time field and press the return key. Follow the same process as before to change the time values. Press on the return key once done. Now move the cursor down to the OK button and press the return key. The DVR will now take you back to that date and time, or back to the nearest recorded point to that date and time. For details on how to play or change the screen layouts, please refer to the next help video, How to Use the Playback function. To use the calendar search, move the cursor over the calendar search option and press the return key. A calendar will now be displayed. Things to note on this screen are: days which do not have any recordings are greyed out. There is a time bar at the bottom. The marker in the bar shows times of the day for which there are recordings. On this screen, for example, I only have recordings on the 3rd, 11th and 17th of June. The recording on the 17th of June is only between 3 to 4 PM. Use the arrow keys to move to a date you require. Use the left and right markers at the top of the screen to move to a different month. Once you have selected the date, move the cursor onto the time bar. Use the left and right arrow keys to position the marker to the nearest hour you require. Once you have selected the required date and time, bring the cursor down to the Go button and press the return key. The DVR will now take you back to that date and time. The Go to First and Go to Last options will take you back to the oldest footage and newest footage respectively that you have on the digital video recorder. The event search will only come into play if you have external inputs connected into the digital video recorder. For example, an alarm sensor may be linked to the digital video recorder. Every time the alarm sensor is tripped, a signal is sent back to the DVR. This marks the footage with an event stamp. By going into the event search, you will see all the events listed. Move the cursor to the required event and press the return key. The next help video in this sequence, entitled How to Use the Playback function, shows you how to play back the footage that you have found.